within this session, we're going to actually look at what Learn.uq is, and we will look briefly at ultra-based navigation. So we're going to look at structure of the Blackboard courses, so getting into deeper level, more detailed level, how to create and edit content there. We're going to look at assessments, what they're, groups. We'll look at the grade center. That's probably where most of your time you'll be spending in. And so essentially giving you the key information relating to your role as a tutor. So, and also talking a bit about support and services available for you. So what is Learn.uq? You probably all know, especially if you've already been studied at UQ, if you're not completely brand new to UQ, you know the Blackboard is simply a learning management system. So this system is used to plan, implement, and assess teaching and learning. So everything that relates to our courses is stored there. So at UQ, all courses from year 1 to year 5 require to have Blackboard course. So it's kind of a must. And it is a very important place for students to find their resources, as well for teaching staff to upload the course content, learning activities, integrate e-learning tools, and publish the assessment as well as students' results. So it's really, really big platform, and but it's quite, quite flexible, quite open. So there are quite a few things that we can actually plug in. So, well, without any future delay, let's just get into it and see what it is. So can I please ask you to type in the browser, just learn.uq.edu.au. I'll quickly post it in our chat. You can copy and paste it. So please use your UQ staff username. If you've been a higher research degree student, you probably used to log in with your student account. But for today's training, we do need to use your UQ staff account. All right. Give me a thumbs up or just talk if you have any issues. So you should see something like this on your screen. We all good? Beautiful. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. So when we logged into Learn.uq, you will land in the section course called courses. So as you could see on my screen right now. So your screen actually might look different to mine. So be aware of the different views here. So we have list view, which I currently have on my screen, or the grid view, or little tiles. So where I click on that, you will get a different kind of different presentation. So I prefer the list view because I've got so many courses, so it's kind of easier to scroll down them. So here at the top, you can actually go into some sort of filtering features. You can either filter your courses by certain semester, by certain teaching period, and you can also filter your courses by some kind of status. So courses, for example, you are taking, or courses you are teaching, maybe courses that you already completed. So it's a great way to manage what has appeared on your screen. So basically, if you don't want all of the old courses to come in, you can just select semester to 2024, and you will get much shorter list. So that's the filtering options here. Also, get all of them. You just click back and click on all terms to see all of them, or all courses, again, if you're using the other filtering option. So what else you can do here with the courses, you can actually hide the course. And when I'm saying here, hide the course, I'm saying about just list of your courses. So basically here, each course would have those three dots button. It's called more options. So once you click on that, you can click hide course, right? So that's the option here. And it will hide from your list. It won't hide from students if it's available to students who won't do anything, but it will simply hide from the list that will be appearing in your screen. To get it back, you have to go back to filters, and you could see now option hidden from me. Once I click on it, all the courses that I hide for myself will appear. And then I go to the three dots button and I would say show course. And then it will bring that course back to my total list. Now, what else can you do here? You can actually favorite some of your courses. If you want a course that you are tutoring in to come up always at the top, you can favorite. Can you see this little purple star next to the more button here? Some of them, excuse me, just this star that doesn't have a solid color, which means it's not favorite. But once you click on it, it will become your favorite one. So I give you just a few seconds to see if you want to favorite some of your maybe current courses that you're going to tutor in. So what other things you could do here? You can also hide and make available, open your course from here to students. So regardless of the view, whether you are in list view or you are on the grid view, we're going to those three dots icon again. And once we could select here, my course private, once you select this option, it will hide the whole contents of the course from students, which probably not a good idea to do right now, considering we're in the first week of the semester. So if it's open to the students by the course coordinator, probably not a good idea to make it private. So what else you can do at the grid view is you can change the banner here. So you can actually edit course image. Again, it's probably something the course coordinator will do. Some people prefer to have an image that some sort of association with the content of the course. Some course coordinator might want just to have the course stands out. But if not, they would have like a very standard banner, course banner with lovely UQ scheme and UQ colors. That's this page called courses. So, something I should mention about opening the courses, since we said that it's probably not a good idea to make it private right now. So the general rule for opening course sites is that they have to be available to students at least 1 week prior to the first teaching activity that occurs in the course. So usually when we have ready to teach week for course coordinators during the week before the orientation week, we're saying, look, the next week is probably the best one to start opening your course. It doesn't mean that the whole course will need to be course site to be available, but there are certain points that will need to be available for students, and course coordinators are well aware of those requirements. But it's just in general, you guys need to know that at least 1 week, whatever first teaching activity is within the course, we have to have the course site available with at least welcome messaging to our students. So we will return to the course page shortly. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to give you a very, very brief overview of the ultra-based navigation. So as I mentioned, this is a hands-on session. So please click along with me as you go. So this way you will be able to learn the system. So we're going back to our learn.uq. And as you could see on here on the left-hand side, we've got quite a few sections, which we're going to just fly over quickly and see what is there for you. So the very first one at the top is institutional page. Just click on it. So this page contains important messages, all useful links and information on current and resolved issues, links to certain modules, links to the resources available for teaching staff. And what is important, if there is any system outage, we will have a notice here. Why it's important, because you might sometimes hear from students saying, oh, I couldn't upload my assignment, or I couldn't send my quiz, or whatever they couldn't do just because of the system issue. You can come and check if that was indeed. So, and or you can warn the students saying, hey, there is currently an issue, so don't worry, will be fixed soon. So all the important information, kind of global wide, will be listed here. So next one down would have your name. So it's called the profile section. It contains your personal information that pulled from the university system. You can change your picture here if you wish. It also allows, this page allows you to customize the notification settings you could see here. Not much of other information, but if you do feel that you're getting too many notifications, you can change it here. So you use this little pencil icon to get this edited if needed. The next one down is activity stream. So this page provides you a list of recent actions in all of your courses, across all of them. Right, I don't have many. Anyway, the next one, courses page that we already visited, that gives you access to all of the courses that you are involved in. The next one down, organization. This contains the courses that are for UQ community group. So it's usually those courses that don't have ECP and they're kind of non-SciNet courses. Oh, hi, Ismail. Thank you for coming along. Do you have any
Hey,
questions?
Tanya. Just very quickly, is activity stream of any use?
It is useful if you have quite a lot of things happen across your courses, so you can go and check. Can you see anything on your screen? Because
Yeah, I can see stuff. My end, it looks like something is going on 2021, and then
that's from your
December
previous.
18 and August 18. Oh, so these are the courses I took, and then
Yeah, yeah. So once you start doing so new activities, it will come up at the top. So all right, I hope it answers your question. All right, well, we go down to the messages. This actually area, this section is not useful, and it's not used much across the board. So that's sending messages to students, usually happening through the announcements option. So to ensure that all of the students in the course will get the same announcement, and staff could keep record of all of those within their course sites. So the next one down, section called marks. So you could see the current courses you enroll in, you are tutoring in, and all where the marking is needed. So that's quite useful for you to kind of to have that summary, because it brings across of all courses. Now, tools section here, it's just the page listing all tools available across all the courses. And you won't have the admin section, but then everyone would have signed out, obviously, to get out of learn.uq. So here's that just a summary of what we just talked about. So just for your easy reference, if you want to go back to this slideshow and see what is there. So now, how about we will get back to the courses page and find the training course that I enrolled each of you in, so you can safely play. So the courses we've given you is in training environment. So you won't break it, there won't be any problem with that. So if you can, could you just please type in we go back to the courses page here. And in your search your course here, just put learn.uq basics for tutors training course. And then you will see 2 digits at the end. And I think already told Heidi, you are number 17. Clara, I think I've got you at 21. And let me see. Ismail, I think you are 24. We all good? Have we found that one? Beautiful. All right. Lovely. Thank you. Okay, well, let's just click on it. And you could see it actually opens kind of with the slide over the ultra base navigation. So you can certainly, what you can do, you can from here, you can click and do usual open a new tab, or alternatively, you can just hover over the name of the course, and then with your scroller, the center scroll of your mouse, just click on that. It will automatically open in another window here. So, and then with this section, you simply close that here, leaving you on the courses page, so easy to access to other courses, but have the one you work on in a separate tab. So that's where we're going to work on. All right. So each of you, I've enrolled you as an instructor, so you kind of have the access as the course coordinator, and it will allows you to do all the editing and all of the all actions within the course. But normally you would be, as a tutor, you will be enrolled in the courses that you are tutoring as the teaching assistant or instructor. So with this course, I hope everyone managed to get in. Based on that, I can't see any questions in the chat. Wonderful. So we've logged into the course, and now we're going in to see what is the course site and what is the structure of that course. So all Blackboard course sites are structured in a very particular order, and it has to stay the same across all to ensure consistency for all students. So, and as you could see, there are kind of two bigger parts of that course, of the course structure. So the top one called course menu, and the bottom one called the course management part or control panel. So basically the course menu is simply users access point for all the course content, while the control panel is the area where the staff can do admin management work for the course, and it will never be available and visible to students. Again, I'm going just to give you a quick overview of all sections to give you a bit of understanding what is there. And as we go through those sections, we might do some activities in some of them where you most likely be doing those activities, spending a bit of more time there, while the some sections, they're kind of predominantly for course coordinator to take care of, so it's unlikely you will be using that. We will just briefly visit just so you know what is there. So please, within this course that you've got the basics for tutors training course, feel free to click along, do whatever you want to do. As I mentioned to you previously, you won't break anything. So let's go. So the top one here, tips for staff. Let's just click on this section, see what is there. So this is for teaching staff only, and it kind of a collective point for tips and tricks on setting up the course. So it's a very good section for course coordinator and tutors to come and kind of cross-check if the structure, if the way you build the course is meeting all of those recommended and requirements that are kind of specified by UQ policies. That section is hidden. How we know, not just because we put the word hidden there, but also, as you could see, the little square with the line across, it indicates that it is hidden from students. Same as the course inside, the second page down here. So course inside is our learning analytics tool. So this is a training course, so it's just been linked to a sample. Here you might find very useful to look through overview of the students' data in terms of the enrollment information, number of students repeating, the demographic information, as well as what program they're coming from and the language they speak at home. and as well as the engagement. So it's a great page to come and look through and get some idea about the cohort, the students that will be coming into your classes. So that's the course inside. We're going back to our course menu. So announcements, let's click on this one. So this section is the home page of the course. So basically that's where students land on. So the platform of announcements is essentially the way that teaching staff communicates with students. As you could see, there is a sample of the welcome message here. All courses will get this one as kind of a template. So, and this message can be either edited or replaced. So course coordinator might just go and edit, remove this line, and fill up with their information. Or they might decide to just delete and do their own. So sometimes course coordinator might decide to do like a video. Let me just show you quickly. Like a video welcoming message, or they just do announcement in the form of the standard text announcement, as you could see. So let's go back to our course, and just in case a course coordinator, for example, will ask you to post an announcement to all students, let's say tutoring tutorials are not available next week, or something that happened and you need to let your students know, that's where you will come and do the announcement. So let's do it together. So in this section, can everyone find this create announcement button here? All right, so click on that and you will see you've got this kind of form that you need to fill up. So the subject line, can I just ask you to put something like a very simple message, let's say tutorial start next week. You want to remind students that it will be next week, right? So then you will have this text box. So kind of that's where you put your message to students. Let's say you very simple text, you say tutorial starts next week. Tutorial start next week. We look forward to greeting you, and view details of your tutor in the course staff section. Something like this, you know, anything you want to say to your students. And basically this text box allows you to do any kind of formatting you might want to do. Next week, you want to highlight it and make it bold, for example. So pretty much standard formatting options, whichever way you want to do. Now, you might have kind of shortened version, just in case if you can't see all of the options and you only could see like currently on my screen, just press on those three buttons here, again, more button, and it will open up a full text editor options for you. Now, next one down, web announcement options, duration and restriction. So we recommend never restrict the announcement. Reason being is that if we don't restrict to a certain day, it will never disappear. It will stay on the course. So kind of keeping the record of what have we told students. So if you, for example, say, I want to restrict it until something about next week until weekend, some students might not see it. So, but if they will come and say, oh, you didn't tell me, and you could say, hey, actually, yes, we have sent you an announcement. If you go to the course and you check announcement section, you will see the record there. So in most cases, you don't restrict the announcement. Now, the other options here, email announcement. So send a copy of this announcement immediately. You do need to check this box, because what it will do, it will actually immediately create email and send to all students in the course, send that email announcement to them. So they don't come and they don't check Blackboard as often as you might want them, but they do check their emails. So make sure you tick that box to send the announcement. And then there is other thing here, course link. It's a lovely little feature that allows you to actually link announcement, place the link into the announcement to a certain area of your course. So let's say here you said, view details of your tutor in the course staff section. So what you can do, you can leave it up to students to find that section, or you can simply just go here, click on the browse button. It will open up a very small little box. All you can do is just open and always open in a wide window, full screen, allows you to pick up easily the section of your course. So basically, this is kind of a skeleton, so the structure of your Blackboard course. So we want them to go and check here. So we want them to choose the course staff section. So then we click simply submit. And here we go, tutorial start next week. So you got this announcement to all students. They could see both, next week, right? And here's the course link, so the contact, so they can click on it and we'll get straight away to the section where you want them to go. Right, now, so if you want to move announcement, let's say this announcement is, no longer important and you want to kind of make it in a certain way. So to drag anything around the Blackboard, what you can do, you can actually either just use this move tool, move icon. So basically you hover over either middle of the here of the announcement, or just on the side, you could see the little light purple bar will appear, and you drag and you leave it. Sometimes it's very hard because the announcements are different sizes. So there is a little trick and little icon that not always people notice at first. Can you see this little two ways icon here? So it's called accessible rearranging tool. So very easy one. If you click on that, you select the message that you want to move and use those arrows up. So once you click up, you could see it's jump over the tutorials announcement. And so welcome message is now at the top. And then you click submit, right? So that would be your list of all announcements going down, and newest one will appear at the top. But sometimes you want to have the announcement stay kind of as favorite, pinned at the top. For this option, you just need to get the announcement over this line. Can you see this new announcements appear below this line? So all you need to do is actually drag your announcement you want to keep above that line. And again, if you find it hard to move across, you can use this rearranging tool, the accessible rearranging tool. So you can see the tutorial starts next week now above that line. Let's say you want welcome to stay there. So highlight the message you want to move and then use those ups and down icons. So now kind of there will be two messages pinned at the top and all new ones will appear in under this line, which again, we recommend you to be very careful how many you pin at the top because it needs to be really, really important ones. All right, any questions so far? We're all good? Beautiful. All right, so the next one down is the course profile. So course profile is simply, again, unfortunately being a training course, we have to just put a screenshot how it will look like in a real one. So it's basically a point for students to get access to view our electronic course profile. They would normally just press the view profile button here and will direct them to the electronic course profile, which gives students a range of very crucial, important information, things like learning objectives, assessment information, the course coordinators, and all the information about the course. So the next one down is the course staff page. this section where you can go through and add details of the staff who are also within your course. Again, often the course coordinator will be listing you here, but sometimes they might say, hey, can you please add your profile so students will know who the tutor is. So, and for that reason, we might just have a bit of practice here. As you can see, we've got quite a few examples here. We have a few very creative colleagues in our team. So they decided that Margot and Chris would be a great teaching assistants for our training course. But basically the top one, the doctor sample example, is a template of the contact that we recommend to cover. It is recommended that this information provided to students. So again, you can either use it and edit, or you simply just create your own and refer to the structure that described here. So to create new one, we click create contact here, right? So basically you put your title here, doctor, whichever you prefer, of course, your first name, your last name. You put your UQ email account, not your personal. You don't want students to contact you via personal channel. So your work number, if you want to have this channel of communication. Now, office location, again, depends. A lot of people still doing virtual office hours, so you can always put something like email me to schedule a personal meeting. So it's up to you, but you give them kind of information where they can find you. And the next box down is actually when they can find you. So again, because some of you might doing just part-time work, tutoring, and while you continue to do your PhD, for example. So you could put something like, I work 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, office hours such and such. So basically telling students, that's the time you can find me. So the next one down, notes. This book's actually quite important. This is where you want to be able to tell students specifically why they want to be contacting you, because there are so many reasons why they would contact the course coordinator instead of tutor, and vice versa. So the notes section is a useful place to do that. So you kind of specify what you want them to contact you. So anything, to tutorial classes related. So they won't ask you, oh, where's my lecture notes or something like this. So down here, options. So if you still are working on your profile, you can click here, make the profile available. You can leave it at the no, or you can click yes. And as soon as we submit this, it will become available. So let's just leave it at yes, so we could see that in action. The other good option here is the attach image. So it's a bit, yeah, there is a requirement for the images, as you could see on the screen, that it would be 150 by 150 pixels. So if you put a bigger image, it might kind of distort. So in the invitation that we sent you yesterday, we attach some resources and ask you to download to your download folder. But if you didn't, don't worry. I'm going to post those images, sample of the images in our chat. You just simply save to your download folders or whichever place you can easily find it. So to upload, or feel free to use your own. If you have a nice kind of small image you can use for your profile, please do. So basically all you need to do, click on the browse button, and then you go to the downloads, and you pick up the image that you want to pick up. Let's say I'll just get this sample, click open, and it will come up when we submit this contact. But before we do that, here's another interesting option for you to utilize is the personal link. So here you can actually link it to your researchers page if you have one. So you selected, so when students will see your contact, they can also go to your personal researchers page. So that's a very good option. And as I promised, we click submit. Now, in this area, anything that we've created is actually going to the bottom. As you could see, my contacts just gone to the bottom of the page. And to move, as I already shown you, you either just hold your profile with the mouse and then let it go and place where you want that to go, or use those rearranging tools here, which is, I found it much more, friendly rather than just click and drag. All right. So any questions about this section? Now, if it happens, you've noticed you made a mistake, you made a typo, for example. To edit anything in the Blackboard, your big friend is this little circle with the arrow down icon. And so you click on that and you will see option edit. So once you click edit, it will bring you back to that page and you just do, let's say, I don't realize I no longer work on Tuesdays, delete Tuesday and click submit again. That's pretty much all. So now we are going to the learning resources section. And as generally, that's the area where all course content is built. So that's the biggest part of the course site. Let me just quickly go back to our PowerPoint presentation. So I'll make sure that I cover all the material that I prepared for. So announcement, we've done its announcement. We added your profiles. And now that's where we are learning resources. All right. So we go back to our training course. And as you could see here, quite a lot of stuff, quite a lot of things. And you could see the first one up is the kind of support panel. It's hidden from students. You could see availability item is hidden from students. And it's very useful section. It contains guides and support to build and maintain this section. So for now, I might just move it down so it's not on our way. So let me move it down to the bottom of the page and we click submit. All right. So here, lecture recordings, course reading list, and subject guides. These parts, these sections actually added by default. So while other something like online tutorials via Zoom and those folders, they added by teaching staff. So most likely will be by your course coordinator. So let's just quickly start with lecture recordings. So every lecture is required to be recorded. So all lectures that taken place that are scheduled in timetable, they all taking place in equipped venues and will automatically go into the ECHA 360 section, the studio of the course. Again, that is course coordinator's responsibility to link this folder to the course ECHA 360 for the first time, and then after that, it will go automatically there. It might take a few hours, sometimes it could be up to 24 hours to become available for students to watch. Again, it's a training course, so I'm just going to quickly show you how the ECHA 360 will look like. So that's the all lecture recordings. Again, this is for lectures only. Seminars or tutors are not recorded. But if you do want them to be, please talk to your course coordinator to arrange it for you. And other possible way to do is actually setting up a regular Zoom meetings, as you could see, online tutorial via Zoom links. So, and if it's happened, for example, in this cohort, you have external students, remote students, that might be something that the course coordinator will set up for all teaching staff in the course. So the next one, course reading list, it will send students to the library page with list of all the course readings required for this particular course. So the books they need to buy or access and so on. Obviously, that we won't have any subject guides. That's as well as kind of external link. It will take us to the general resources from the library, as you could see, just by the subject area. So if the course reading list will be specific to the course, subject guides, they just are generic for the actual area of study. All of this, all of the sections here, they are added by the teaching staff within this course. So those weekly folders, let's just click on one of them. Let's say the universe, right? So these folders contain all information related to that particular week. So we recommend, it is recommended to have all the course content built in folders or module folders, weekly folders or module folders. So it's easy for students to access, so they know the progress, they know what to expect. So basically, that's the most common structure is using the weekly folders. Right, now within this folder, as you could see, there are lots of items, different things, images and PowerPoint, and link to the library site, and some video materials, and even the blog. So quite a lot of material here. Now, when we go back to the learning resources, you can either click on learning resources here, so the top breadcrumbs, or you can just click learning resources here. Now, if we click on the week 2 folder, you could see there are quite a lot of materials as well. It's all kind of filled up with lots of different things that we're going to look at one by one. But to do that, actually, we're going to create the week 3 folder, just so we can add our own materials. So to create a weekly folder, we're going down here to build content, and we're going to the content folder here. So once we click on content folder, so please give it a name, and just to keep consistency, we say week 3 Saturn folder. All right. Now, again, this text box, you want to make sure the students know exactly what's going on, so you can give it kind of preview saying, well, this week we're going to study Saturn, so our next planet. And so standard options here. Now, I already mentioned, if you do want students to see the content, you can just leave it at default here, saying yes, permit users to view. If you're not sure, if you're still working on this folder and you want just to be there, to sit there and make it available once you finish, click no for now. Everything else, just leave it at default, and we click submit. All right, so now you could see it will appear same as the contact will appear at the end of the page, and we just simply move it above the support because we want to keep it keep that together with the other weeks. So week 1, week 2, week 3. All right, so we've created a content folder. So now we have to fill up the folder. So we need to add some content to it. So just quickly check. So we've done the folder together, and now we're going to create a file. So let's go back to the actual folder here, and obviously blank. Our favorite button here is build content. So what we will do, we will just add a file to this folder. All right. So you add the name of the file. Let's say you want to lecture presentation or something you want students to have, right? So then you would browse the local files, and you will attach that that file you want students to look at. Again, that's one of the files that you guys have in your, let me just find it. What is our second? Let's do this one, PDF file. And let me just copy that file. And I'll just post in our chat. You can simply just download from the chat. So here again, we always recommend to have whether it's page or document, image, to have it tick at open in new window. And everything else, again, the standard options, users to view, let's leave yes, and then click submit. All right, so here we've got the lecture presentation in the form of just file. So once students click on that, it will open a new window, will open the file. Our team doesn't really like this this option because it simply gives the file to students, but it really doesn't give you an opportunity to tell students what to do with that. So kind of, okay, well, here's the slides or here's the image, but, you know, what do I need to do with that? So for that reason, we recommend to use predominantly item instead, to whether you want to upload file or you want to upload the image or you want to give students a link. So you just use item. So that's probably the best option to go with. So, and you can put, let's say, an introduction to Saturn, and here it gives you the opportunity to tell students, so this is an introduction to certain lecture, and please download slides and notes before the lecture, or whatever you want them to do. You can give them instructions, whether with file, you're just attaching the file, that's it. Where with item, it gives you much more options to go with. You can also add lots of things here. You can give students a link here. You can embed the image. So, and also you can attach the file as the or you can actually embed that in here too. So, so let's say here, download slides, what else we want to do. Students, maybe we want them to, before coming, maybe we want to do the, they would do some extra readings. We want them to visit, for example, NASA website. So you can either give them link here, or you can also say to them, visit NASA website. You can highlight the actual word, then click on this link button here, and it will ask you to put the URL. Let's just go and find that NASA Saturn. I'm pretty much sure they have that. Here we go. So let's say you want them to come here, you grab that URL, you go back to your item, you put this one here, and you click save. So you can either give the actual URL, or you can kind of embed the link. You can add the image to kind of break the text. If you've got lots of things for them. So you can just click on this plus button, insert local files, and then let's say you want to pick up an image of the satin rings. Here we go, right? So it's embedded into your item. Now, that's the option to use if you do want to have it as a separate file, as I already mentioned. So we're doing the same. Click browse the local files, click open, and you could see it will be here. That's the link title. Now, again, yes, no, up to you. Let's just keep it visible, leave everything at default, and we click submit. So now you could see in one section, you have everything for student related to that particular things introduction. So you give them the file here, you tell them what to do. This is introduction, the lecture presentation, download slides and notes. Please also visit, you might say this extra readings. Please make sure you read that before or after, whichever way you want them to do. All right. Now, obviously, you can add all of those elements as a separate kind of single entry. So you can add web link, you can add the image just by itself. As an example, if we go back to that week 1 lecture, the universe, remember the one? So you could see, so here's the just simply file. Here's simply the image just by itself. Here's just the link just by itself. And video again by itself. So what I did here, I know it is quite a lot of material to fit into 1 hour. So in presentation, you will have kind of step-by-step how to create all of those things like the item we did, how to upload the image, as well as how to add web link. Very, very easy, as you could just observe me doing it, and I hope you managed to add yourself. Also, you can add a YouTube video or any of the videos you want students to watch. If you have something recorded on your computer, you can upload it as well. So it gives you amazing range of the content to be provided for your students. So let me just check. Okay, now we are going into very, very good, very interesting part is hiding stuff from students. As you can see, there are different levels where you can hide the whole folder, nothing will be visible to students, or you can hide some elements within the folder. So folder will be available, but the particular item not yet available. So if you're worried and you're not sure, how I could see what is available to students, what not available. So first, what you could do, you can actually look at availability that are stated there. Let's just go back to our learning resources. And as you could see here, because I made it, item is hidden from students, so nothing in this folder will be visible to students. To make it visible, to make it available for students, we're going to our little friend, we click on that, and as you could see, we could go and simply just go to edit and change those settings here, right? So we'll say yes, and we click submit. Now, what we can also do, for example, you've got item here and you just want to check if that's visible, or you want to make it not visible to students. You're going into the item, edit the item here, and that options here, the standard options. All right, so we click submit, and that's how you hide or you make it available for students. To check whether or not you've done it correctly, what we have is the student preview tool. So we're going back to our course, and let's do this way. Let's just hide, for example, I want to hide the week 2 folder. So I can either click edit and go change it, or make it unavailable here. So once it's available, you've got this option, make it unavailable. And you could see availability has changed straight away. So item is hidden from students, right? So to use the student preview tool, we're going up here, and I apologize. I have to mention from the very beginning of our entering into the training side is that for anything that we do in the Blackboard course, to be able to do it, you need to actually make sure the course is in the edit mode here. So all the courses that you've been allocated to, at default, they are straight away in edit mode. But just if you, for example, in your real course, you start doing something and it's not, happening, first thing to check is whether or not you are in the edit mode, right? So now, here, the other way to actually check if the whole course is available. So if it's, as you could see, red padlock, it means that's locked. It's not available to students. To make it available, you just click on that, and whole course is available. But whatever within the course, the content hidden separate ones, they will be hidden. Now, and that's where we come in now, closer to the student preview tool. So once we click on this two ways arrows with the little circle inside, kind of an eye, looks like an eye. Once you click on that, you will get the orange bar at the top, so clearly stated that you're on students preview. And now you could see that you could see the course menu, but there is no control panel at all. So that's how students can see, and that's probably, I know some of you have been studying at UQ, so that's probably the view you would usually get when you were students. So that's the things from the student point of view. And of course, if the course coordinator doesn't change this templated, they will see this sample, wonderful sample at their announcement, the home page, remember the landing page. So this way, you can just go to any sections and check what they can see. As you could see, the week 1 is available, for the week 1 available, and week 3 available, but the one that I made hidden, no, we can't see that. So that's the best way to check if the material is available to students. And of course, get back to your to the course in editing kind of mode. You have to exit students preview here, and here we are. So we are back. All right, now let me just cross check, and I'm very conscious of the time. As I mentioned, we've got quite a lot of materials to go through. You guys are going to have a link to the recordings of this session. If you do have something planned or scheduled after, please feel free to leave. If you do have an option to stay on, please do. Up to you. Unfortunately, it's just, I was trying to fit everything in, but I think there are kind of a few things that we need to quickly run through. So the next section we have here is the assessment. So basically, that's area that the course coordinator will set up. We always recommend to have the assessment summary at the top. Usually they would go and do a screenshot of their electronic course profile and place it here. So it gives students kind of a visual overview of what assessment items they have. And for each assessment item, there must be a folder created with all the information for students, what to do, and some, helping materials for them to complete this assessment. So as you could see here, that's the Planet Research assignment. It's Turnitin submission link here. So as soon as course coordinator create the link, it will automatically create a column in the grade center, which we're going to very shortly. So that's, it is important. So we have the name of the folders exactly matching what the assessment items name in the electronic course profile. So we also put some, some information for teaching staff, helping with the assignment, with the assessment strategy in particular. Now, what we need to look at, for example, like one of the assessment items that doesn't have LTI link, so sometimes they would probably need to set up the column themselves in the grade center. But as I mentioned, once they did the LTL link, it will be automatically in the grade center. That's pretty much all that you need to know about the assessment section of the Blackboard course. So we're down to the discussion board. Discussion board is automatically created for each Blackboard course, and it's nice way for students to ask questions and teaching staff to answer or kind of spark a discussion. Some course coordinators, they just don't like the view of it. We do have another tool called Add Discussion Board, and so you might have extra page here, but that's something you discuss with your course coordinator. So next one down, My Grades, that's where students will find all the marks for this particular course. So which means once you release the grades to all students, they will see the name of the assignment and their results, as well as the way to access any feedback if that's available. Library links, that just will take students to the library page and provide them with the range of information about the resources, building their study skills like academic skills, technology, and so on. So it's just an external link. Tools is at default. It's a hidden section. It's not important. Just tell you the links you to the existing tools within Blackboard course. And we now down to the control panel. So as I mentioned, it's available only to the staff to do their admin work here. So and the very first one here is files. So basically all files that we upload, for example, the images, we just use everything that it will be listed here. So kind of a list of all files being used within this course. The next one down is the course tools. So basically, again, that list of all tools that are tools available through the Blackboard to be added to this particular course. Evaluation, that section for the course coordinator, something that you as a tutor would probably never go to. It's similar to the course inside. It kind of reports, but they're not particularly useful. The course inside, that's the section where you and course coordinator will be going instead. Now grade center. So that's probably section that you will be entering students' results and manage their overall marks for the semester. So can I please just ask you to click on Grade Center and then go into the full Grade Center to see what we have here. So as you can see, that research assignment Turnitin and submission link is already there. And let's say if you mark students Turnitin submission, you mark in Turnitin Studio, that's where the marks will be flowing into. So two system kind of talking to each other, which is great. So you don't need to come and do it here. So, but sometimes you do need to mark something manually. Let's say there is an assignment that is in class, quiz or something. So you will need to create a column. Again, it's probably something that your course coordinator will do to set up. So all you will need just to enter the marks. But just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to quickly show you how the column is created and show how you can, enter the marks. So basically, you click on the create column, and let's say you say it's quiz 2 for the week, and we keep the same name for the center, the grade center, Again, there's something that you could put the description, score, primary display. We leave it at the score. And secondary one, sometimes we recommend to use percentage. It's not necessary, it's optional, but it does give you kind of indication if you type something that, higher than maximum points students can get. It actually shows you, for example, 120%. So it's sort of a kind of indicator that something entered incorrectly. But as I said, it's not necessary, it's not important. So points are possible. So that's where we enter maximum points students can achieve. Now you can, I would recommend you tick no, not to show students until the grades are approved, just to be safe. And you click the submit button here. As you can see, we've got the week 2 quiz here. So if you have something you need to enter manually, so you click here and you say you give it the student 20. So you could see straight away the 50%. So a kind of indication whether it's been entered correctly. And let's say I tap instead of 40, I put 50. You could straight away see it's 125%. So that's why sometimes that secondary score is useful to have. So you will just have the kind of extra, extra checking point. Now, as you could see, once I've created the column, it's actually moved to the very right, so kind of end of the table. So to move the columns, rearrange the columns, you can go to Manage and go down to Column Organization. And you could see all the columns here. You can see my new one being created here. You just select, and you can use that kind of 4 points errors and hold and drag. Let's say that would be the first assessment item, week 2, obviously. And you click here, submit. And here we go. So you've got availability, week 2, and the turn it in as the second assignment and the final one here. Let's say you don't want to see their username, the last time they accessed, their availability. You can go back to Manage and you go to the column organization, and you can actually hide, let's say you don't want to see username, student ID, the last time. So you just tick them. And here you could see this button, show hide, select hide, and click submit here. So this way you will just have the columns that you need for your market. That's all, not any other, extra information. Again, because it's obviously under your login, it will applicable only when you log in. So the other tutor who doing the marking, they just they will see all the columns that they've selected for themselves. There is also quite a useful thing as the smart views is something that will give you to select just your, let's say you are a tutor of group 1. So you want to add the tutorial groups to the smart view, and we click OK here. This way you will see let me just go back to the smart views and make it favorite. You can make them favorite here, add as a favorite, right? So and click OK. Now you will see they appeared here under your full grade center option. So you don't need to go to full grade center, for example, to see all students. Of course, you will have a huge number of students. You can just go into your own tutorial that you are tutoring in, and you just mark your students. So that's another little trick for you to help you kind of manage your marking. So let me just quickly look through. So we've done the assessment. We'll look at the assessment. We'll look through the grade center. And groups. We did mention about the instructor teaching assistant groups. So groups, what's happened, students, when they enroll in tutorial groups, so the ones that are set up in the sign-in, they will automatically comes in. if there is a group assignment and course coordinator wants students to work in groups of 4 or 5 or whatever, they will set up groups here through the users and groups here. So that's where they would go and create extra groups for the project, for example, group project tutorial, group project groups. And here under the users, you will see a list of all enrolled in the course and their roles. So that's another little section for you. You won't need to enter, you won't need to enroll any students. They all automatically enroll through the SIGNET communication. Once they enroll, they been added to the course. If they, for example, leave, withdraw themselves from the course, they will drop out of the Blackboard course. And you can actually check your role here as well. So in your real course, you can, the one that you will be tutoring, you can go and check what is your role there. So this is probably the most important part in the course control panel is the grade center. So, and we've looked through the users and groups. The next one, customization, that's where you won't come here. It's just for the course coordinator to use for add some tools or get some well, they usually come here to do their banner for the course, so that's something that tutors probably won't use at all. Same as for the packages and utilities. Now, and help here is simply a link out to the resources available for you as the teaching staff. Now, let me go quickly. I think we covered pretty much everything, and I just want to say a couple words about our team, about support available. So our e-learning advisors team provide help with the courses set up, the content. We also have a dedicated help desk, our support team, who helps you with any technical issues. So if something really, really urgent, you can actually email them and put the urgent word in the subject line. We also look after all the guides. So if you look at those, if you're stuck and, for example, you need help and it's after hours, you can always come here to our guides and look at, you know, step-by-step instructions. That would be your very first point of point of reference. So we have very, very, very detailed guides here. So the Institute also has a number of resources available and support available in terms of pedagogy and the assessment design.